Welcome to 50 Plus Home and Gardening. This is the week, April, get all this stuff out of the way, get our beds in order so that we can work on putting more plants in, annuals, perennials, shrubs, all these beautiful things in May. And then it gets hot. All we're gonna wanna do is weeds and water. And so kind of a simple chore, but let's get all these other chores and make our beds neat so that we can introduce new plants and fun things. So let's get started. Oops, they're protecting their home from predators. Anyways, I'm up here on the balcony and we're looking down on English garden number 1 and number 2, and we're gonna get to a cleanup mode on this area. I always start with the beds that you can see from the street and also the first thing you come upon. So the first thing that I want to tidy up is weeds. If I see any weeds, I'm just going to go along there real quick. I'm going to pick up the large ones. You don't have to pick up every single weed in this bed, but just try to stick with a couple of beds a day and get it under control. So the first thing I'm going to do is weeds. I already see a few weeds here. And they're easy to pull, and as well as these. Bing! If they're not willing to come out easily, I do have my Hori knife. It's a very long knife and it's sharp on one side, it's got fangs to get and sink in, and then it's serrated on the other. Mostly it's dandelions that need a little help. So, it's Hori. Push it down as far as it'll go. Pretty deep. I think these are probably 6 inches. Okay. I may have left a little bit on one side, but pretty much the whole thing. Okay. So I just bump. There, done. Probably dandelions have the longest leader root system. And most of these other ones, they pick pretty easy and they come out root and all. Yeah, well, got that one. All right, I've taken care of all the weeds. The daffodils are done. And for me, I think that these daffodils look a little bit, they make things look untidy. So I have 2 methods to get rid of them. Daffodils, you don't want to cut back the leaves. They have to die back by themselves. That's where all the energy for next year's flower comes from. If you do, you won't get any daffodils. All right, on daffodils, it looks like you have a little sock. This can all be taken off along with this ugly thing. So we just snip it. Okay, now it looks so much nicer. Now I can just take these to my burn pile. That looks so much nicer. Now the second method I have done is take this same guy, instead of taking him right down at the sock area, you can take it all the way down to the end of that stem. Oops, okay, I missed. Boom. Okay, that gets rid of the whole stem and leaves just the leaves. The leaves is all that needs the sun, not the big stem. So this is one method, just taking it down to like the little sock. or you can take the full stem all the way up. And I could have put this in the house and made, you know, when they were pretty, but I really like looking at them outside. But if you want to be really fast, you can just kind of pop them off. Oh, like that. Just pull on them. Now, if it does feel like, see, mine kind of bend, which means they have a lot of water. It kind of just rained yesterday. But this sock part is the one that looks kind of messy in your garden, so I like to take it all off. If you feel like it's just bending on you and you don't have a pair of scissors, you can, well, if you have fingernails, you can pinch it. But I just like to pop it, and then you get it like that. So that looks a lot prettier. If you'll remember, I did 2 different ideas of cutting back the echinacea. This one, I left the seeds, the inside of the flower has all the seeds, and I left them there for the birds and to show you the difference. But look, these are much grander because I didn't leave the seed, and this one is, it's still gonna grow and it's still gonna be big, but it also, look at all the seeds did. Oh my goodness. And so if you want echinacea seeds and you want them all over the place, look at that. So I'll, once some of these get really super big, I will plant them here and there. So that just gives me extra seeds. Now, if you don't want seeds all over, I would not leave the seeds all winter long. I would just pick them off in the fall like I did that. See how there's no seeds around there? Oh, so that's the difference. And also this. That's the salvia. I picked it before, no seeds. It's mostly around this guy. Oh my goodness. Okay, that looks good. That looks good, that looks good, and all the way up. Nice and green. Other things will be the beauty shot. So I really like that. The heucheras are coming out nicely. If you remember, I divided them, and I put 3 of them up there. My red buds are a little bit late. Everybody else is blooming in the whole town, but these, oh, look at them, they're so cute. It's called Pom Pom Red Bud, and if you remember, I bought these and they were probably 2 feet from the ground, just a stick. And now look, it goes up, 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 up. It grew to 6 stems and I cut off 3 and I have 3 left. 3 is a good number to make it kind of like a big shade tree, so we'll see how that grows. All right, everything in this garden is looking good. I think I'm done here. This is the English garden number 2, so on this side of the red brick road. I have the beautiful iris coming out and looking absolutely beautiful, so I don't have to pick at those yet. Oh, so nice. And then these are only in bud form. You see these are all going to be so beautiful, just like this. Really nice. I'm not sure why they're not together, but it was a very cold winter. These are baby ones. I'm not even sure if I'm going to get any out of it, but we'll see. There's a phlox that hasn't budded yet. Okay, more irises, and yes, they have buds, so they're good. More buds, more buds. And this one is just a baby one, so that doesn't look like it has any on there. I don't believe I have to do anything over here. I did get some 2 salvias that just suckered. Here's a salvia and salvia. Actually, they didn't sucker, they just seeded. So I'm happy about those, so I left those. And let me see, oh, we got an onion. Let's see if we can get him out with a pole. Oh, I got him. The blue point juniper is looking good. It's really very tiny, but it was 4 inches when I first bought them. I bought them in a pack of 12, and this one looks pretty good. Now, what's happening here? I'm gonna have to take that off. Looks like it's dead. Just gonna clip it off. Take it like this, and there's one more. Oh, okay. Just take it out. It'll probably grow some more. You can see there's new growth and new growth here. So it'll pop out. It's very, very tiny. So I'm looking forward to it covering this corner. All right, this is a beauty. We're done here, and we're done up there, and I think we're pretty much done here. This is looking spectacular. So basically, let's just wait for everything to grow. Look at all the hostas. I just put these in. They were over there, and then I put them all in here. Hosta here, new hosta, 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 hosta. I even put one in the center of this tree, one here and one here. So if the bunnies don't get these, they'll all cover all that dirt. And there's a hydrangea that should get pretty big. And I see these are yellow lilies that are going to come back. And I think, yep, I have one right there. I think that's orange. And I have a sneaky one, which I may have to move. That one is also orange, but I don't really like them there. And look, okay, so even though these were babies, all these irises are coming back. I see buds, buds, buds. No buds on there, that's fine. And no buds there, but next year. All right, and this stick right here is also a red bud. And if you can see, pom-pom red bud. So I bought 2 of these. Look, I'm so excited. So it has a few buds. It also was 2 feet tall. And it grew all the way. It also had 6 branches, and I cut 3 off, and I left 3. The liriope that I transplanted, they look good. And the daylilies that I divided. They look really nice on the corner, right into my shed. And this little corner I did last year. So I'm filling up with just divides. All of these are divides. There was nothing in there. This was all grass. So you just get divides, buy a few extra plants that you love. Perennials, you can just keep adding and dividing. And pretty soon it's full. Crepe myrtle looking good. It's not ready to bloom yet. No buds, but it will. These daylilies I put in, and all of them all the way around I divided, and then I put them back in the way I wanted it around my soft serve false cypress. Isn't that so pretty? Nice and soft. And then I had a few extra irises. I'm just going to put them right here, little pile. Come around this corner. The emerald greens look really good. That is my Pinky Winky hydrangea. That's looking good. And look at that euonymus. It's supposed to be variegated euonymus. Wow, that's looking really good. I like that. Nice and yellow. It's really pretty. All right, this Mere Jam Arb, it looks like it may have gotten burned, maybe from the snow. I don't know. I think it was in my zone, but looks like that brown, I don't know. But he's back to green. He kind of turns a burnt in the wintertime, but he's now lime green just like this one. Very limey, which I do like. Even the emerald green is kind of bright, not quite as bright as the soft serve. Behind these old-fashioned daffodils, Van Scion, look it up. They're very, very cool. 1620, they're in George Washington's estate. I do like them. They're kind of carnation-y. They have a little bit of green in the center of them, but they definitely, when they look sad, they look really sad. They have kind of a brown paper kind of look. So I'm just going to pop them all off pretty quickly. And right behind there is Red Hot Poker. So I think I have 3 of them. And I have the Autumn Joy Sedum. And what I think I'm going to do is you have to let all these leaves die back by themselves, and they kind of faint and look terrible. And they're going to make these two guys look terrible. So what I'm going to do is this year, after they all die back and after the foliage dies back, I'm going to take the bulb out. I'm going to put the bulb right behind here so that when it dies back, this will be growing and getting large. And I'll put one here, and I'll put one, well, there is already one right there, so we're good. So I'll just move 2 or 3 of these, and then I can put some of these in other places. Let's get to work on these. You can see I had my trusty stool that I was sitting on to do the whole area, and they all look clean and neat and green. It'll be just another texture in the garden because you have this texture and you have this blade kind of a texture, and then you have this and that. Oh my goodness. And you have the daylilies that are just going to get puffy and up, and the hydrangea and the euonymus. This garden is going to look good. So far, this is how many daffodils. All right, this bed is looking good, looking clean. I think I have enough time because it's not really that weedy to do south number 2. Oh boy, look at these. So these are pretty tired out, and I'm just going to take them down now. Carnation daffodils, they kind of get this brown around them because it holds water. We do have a lot of water in the south, but these were here when I got here, so I'm going to leave them. Again, I'm going to replant these behind all the autumn joy sedum. But you can see this is what happens when you don't know where something is, which I planted him there because I wanted him there, and then look, he's crowding in. So I'm going to take this out, put it behind this autumn joy sedum, and put them right back here. And then there is a red hot poker. I'm going to put them right here so that they line up. This will get large, and then they will die back on their own because you have to let them die back for a long time. So, and they just are in, I don't really like the way they're in the front because they're larger than my autumn. I love these. Aren't these pretty? They look like little rosettes. So I don't want to ruin that. There's my golden globe. That's new. So these arbs look good, emerald green, and there's the pinky winky looking good. Okay, now we're done. This is south side number 2, and looking beautiful. And here's my trash. I already dumped all the weeds that I had, so this is just daffodil pile. South garden number 1. And English garden number 1 with that up there, and English garden number 2. All done. Whew. Okay, gonna go outside, but I have my drink with me, so I'm not really, starved for water or anything, but we're gonna start cooking dinner. Before it gets too hot, let's get these chores out of the way. I'm so happy to have these beds done. English gardens, the south beds. Get your beds done, and even if it's just 15 minutes a day. So just keep moving, keep gardening, and stay creative. And I'll see you next time.